What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trap Art, your number one place for art and entertainment. I'm your host, Sonia B, also known as Curly SB on Instagram. So right now we're gonna have a really special guest come in and let us know what projects they're working on right now, where they come from, and all that good stuff. So you already know what to do. Show some love in the comments or have some little hearts going up on the side. And most importantly, we would love for you to engage and ask some questions of your own or just, make some comments, things like that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and invite our guest to come up in here today. Shout out to everybody who's joining right now. Looks like our artist has just entered. All right. So I'm pretty excited to learn about this particular artist. And of course, I hope you guys show some love. You know how we do it over here at Trap Art. I'm going to go ahead and get all this. All right. Do it. I'm excited.
Hey, what's
Hello.
good?
Welcome.
How you? Hey, thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
It's really loud on your end.
Hold on. All right. How about now?
A little better.
All right, cool. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. We're happy to have you.
Oh yeah. Likewise.
So my name is Sonia. I'll be interviewing you. But did you want to let the audience know who you are, where you come from?
Oh yeah. My name's Kam Krzy. Born in the Bay. Moved around a lot in the Bay. You know what I mean? Was in San Jose, Milpitas. You know what I mean? Went to Sac State. Been in Sac for a while. So yeah,
Okay.
I just been around that whole thing. Now I'm back
Okay.
in the Bay now in Hercules. So shout out to
That's
that
what's
whole
up.
movement. Yeah. What about you?
We're currently headquartered in Oakland, California. So
Okay.
that's where we kind of are stationed. But we got artists, and we touch bases with a lot of people all across the Bay Area, and of course across the United States. So
Okay, yeah, that's lit. That's lit. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all having me on.
no problem. So let us know, like, how did you get started doing music?
Oh man, it started in professionally in 2017 is when music really came to me. It was like I was writing my first song called North Face, which is out right now. It's pretty cool, man. It was a dark time in my life, and it just kind of opened up that light and opened up that door for me to really just let all that out. You know what I mean? That energy, and it kind of really put me in the right spot. And ever since then, music has been my blank canvas. You know what I mean? I just put my art to it and do what I got to do. So
Definitely.
yeah, but
Okay.
the thing is that music really was around around me my whole life. Like even when I was a kid, my father was like a DJ, so like he always had different types of music. Oh, for real? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was a DJ, so I always had different types of music, different styles of music, vinyls, all that good stuff. But
Definitely.
yeah, in a
All right.
nutshell.
So, question for you: Are you more old school or new school?
I think it's a balance. You know, what I mean, you can't have too much of one. I feel like you always gotta have some new school, but the old school you gotta cherish and appreciate because it won't be new school without the old school. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like even E40, Too Short, I still slap that. I was slapping Ice Cube the other day. Like, you know what I mean? But you know what I
Definitely.
mean? Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, how would you define your particular style, and how did you go about finding what suited you, what you sounded best on, what type of beats and stuff?
Oh, it's just a vibe. It's like I could
Okay.
listen to some alternative music and really catch a vibe, like some MGMT. You know what I mean? But then I could also, like I said, I was listening to Ice Cube with NWA back in the day when I was like what 7. So it's like it really just about that energy that I feel. You know what I mean? Like just being able to feel that, put that energy into the music, and see that outcome be great. And then it all depends on how many hours you put into it. 10,000 hours, and you straight. You know what I mean? And then you're able
Absolutely.
to be more. You can really have that canvas and paint it how you want to.
Okay. So, for someone who has never heard your music before, how would you describe like what it is you talk about?
Who's never heard my music? Well, my music is very how do I say this? I have music for everybody. I have music for the club. I got music for the chill. I got music for the semi, drinking, all that. Like it's all real life experiences, and I just try to make sure my music represents that and reflects that. You know what I mean? So I would say it's definitely for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody will love it, but if you don't, you gonna find one that you like. And if you don't find one that you like, I'm gonna make one soon. So you feel me? It's all good.
Okay. So have you dropped like a couple different EPs, singles, albums? What you working on?
The last EP I dropped was called Coelho Street. That was like right in the middle of quarantine. Like I just felt like I had to
Ooh.
put out some music. You know what I mean? Just release.
Yeah.
But then like as far as like recently, I just dropped Take It Easy. That dropped today.
Okay.
Getting a lot of good feedback. The last big single I had was Cabin Fever with Dev DZ and CRC. Shout out to Cash Register Crew. It's the family. You know what I mean? It's just, building on what we have and just continuing to build it. Don't stop. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
just like life. You got to keep going.
Facts. What's been your favorite project that you worked on? Out of everything that you made, what's your favorite?
Ah, man, that's kind of hard.
You're like,
My
it's all my
favorite.
favorite. It's all my music.
Yeah, yeah. But you have your baby, the one that's the one. Right now, the one
I
I'm
hear this.
bumping. Yeah, the one that I'm bumping right now is actually Cabin Fever. That's
Having
my
fever?
favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite. If y'all haven't heard that one's all on YouTube. Check it out. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Kam Crazy, KAMKRZY. Look it up. It'll be a vibe for you for sure.
All right, let me go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna write that on my playlist. See, for me, I feel like sometimes I listen to the radio, but most times I have like this cultivated playlist that I always refer back to. So I'm gonna go check out your music. I might just have to add it to my playlist.
Well, what type of music do you like? Like,
See, my type of thing, I mean, obviously it depends on my mood and what I'm doing, but most times, like, I'm into like Masego or Miguel.
oh,
Some
Miguel.
days I
Okay.
feel gangsta and I'm listening to Nipsey Hussle. I feel like my palette kind of changes and then even goes back to like Anita Baker. So,
Right.
I don't
Anita
know.
Baker. Okay, so you do got some old school. Like me,
Most definitely.
I'm big on Anita Baker, Sade. You feel me? Um, the best song I feel like you said Miguel had. I feel like it was that song with Kendrick. That
With
song still,
Kendrick.
yeah, I forget the name of it though. That song with Kendrick was
Hmm.
banging.
I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully it
Yeah.
comes back to me within this interview because I know I should know the song name, but it's like yo, right now I don't remember the name, but
Okay.
it's all good.
So when's the last time you did like a music video and had a bunch of people, enjoying themselves and everything?
Oh man, the last music video I had was Cabin Fever. That was shot in Big Bear. That's like in the LA
Hmm.
area. That was a pretty dope shoot. That was like a 2 day shoot. We did the cabin and everything like that. Had the Tesla out there. I actually really enjoy the Tesla. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to probably cop a
Okay.
Tesla. Yeah. That was the last one. We got one coming up. We got a couple videos coming up. We got a whole gang of people, man. I got all types of rappers. Shout out to OCRC crew, Golden Gems. Like everybody putting in work right now. I'm actually in Brooklyn right now, just enjoying my time and just
Okay.
catching the vibes here. You know what I mean? Hopefully get in
Yeah.
the studio. So yeah, it's
Man.
more videos to come. Take It Easy is on the way.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what went into the process of this new song and what was the inspiration behind it?
So the biggest, well, first I'll answer the first question. The process was putting in that work again, them 10,000 hours, going in that studio and doing that work. You know what I mean? With Clooney, he produced that record, um, and it was a vibe. Instantly I caught the beat, and then he added the guitar to it, and I'm a big guitar type dude. I really enjoy that, and like
Okay.
in the moment, it was really post quarantine. It was like everybody was just starting to get out. You know what I mean? You started
Hmm.
seeing more house parties. You started seeing more people really enjoying themselves outside. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I gotta reflect that. And it's like, my drink of choice is champagne. So that's why that first line is champagne spilling on your shirt. So take it easy here. So that's like just how the vibes was in the moment. So that's the whole inspiration. Just a good feel. Make sure people feel that in the music, and go from there.
Okay. Okay. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Jesse asks, how do you deal with the politics of the music industry?
Um, That's a good question, Jesse.
No,
Um,
I'm playing.
right, right. But the biggest thing is to stay true to yourself. It's like stay true to your morals and what you what you feel. Because, you know, anything in life, music industry, everybody's going to try to, you know, get over on you, whatever. But it's, hey, you know that, you see that, you have a vibe, you have intuition, you know what I mean? You know what's going on, and just acting accordingly on that. And that's the blessing, I feel like. So just going in and just understanding what I'm dealing with myself, looking myself in the mirror and just say, hey, do I approve of this or do I not? And just continue to move forward and never hold grudges or feel any type of way about what other people are doing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's how I feel like you can handle the politics in any situation.
That's what's up. So
Hmm.
having, been in the industry and like experienced all this stuff, there was a quote or some saying that goes around like if you don't know yourself, if you're not sure of self, that the industry is gonna for sure like paint a picture or just put it on you, make you, into what they think you are. Do you think that's true?
Um, Definitely, I think you're speaking on the narrative and like how the industry can depict the narrative, but that I feel like you can't control that. Like, I can't control what people say about me. You know what I mean? I can't
Yeah.
control what people think about me, but what I can do is control what I say. And like these interviews like this, a lot of people do shy away from them, and it's like, nah, bro, like really be out there, be there for the people with social media, like you know, be yourself. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's the biggest way to battle that. Hopefully, that answers that question.
Yeah, definitely. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty excited to go stream the new music and everything. And then you told us about
please
the
do.
the music video. Most
Yeah,
definitely. So if you were to
yeah.
collaborate with an artist, who would it be?
Oh, Drake. What? Come on now.
Drake, easy?
Yeah, that's easy, bro.
Okay.
Drake. Yeah.
Why Drake?
Oh, that's your Drake.
No, I'm saying why?
Uh,
Why Drake?
oh, why Drake? We Scorpios. I'm born October 23rd. He born October 24th. It's just, it is what
Scorpio
it is.
collab.
Yeah, yeah, gang, gang.
Okay. Most definitely. So what
Yeah.
advice would you give for people trying to enter the music industry? What is something that you feel like you would have benefited from knowing when you first started?
I've been very fortunate to study the game. Like I said, my father was a DJ, so I've always been looking at the industry. You never all 100% know in anything, sports or whatever. But you know, just being blessed to know that um, you don't have to worry about what people think. Part of the answer is that I said earlier, and that you can't control what other people do. So at the end of the day, you're in control of your own life, and that's even in the industry. That's at work. That's at your 9 to 5. That's getting up in the morning if you want to put that alarm clock on, or if you want to, you know, sleep more, sleep for 15 minutes. It's just about those choices. So it's
Yeah.
just like with me, that's really what it breaks down to. It's that basic, but it is that complicated.
Hmm. Okay, I like that. I like that. So I'm curious to know, on a different note, what are your thoughts on making music for, it to end up on streaming platforms like TikTok, people doing dances and, they end up like topping the charts, right? But they're only there for a couple weeks and then the artist has to make more music, right? As opposed to making a song that's gonna last like for decades and stuff like that. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Um, there's a lot of thoughts actually that run through my mind with that. The first thing is that, hey, if they make it like that, congrats. You know what I mean? Give them their credit for doing that. And now, again, it just comes back to that 10,000 hour mark. Did you put your work in? And if you didn't, then you got to put some more work in. It's just really that simple. But it's still a blessing to be in that white window of whatever fame or that moment of having a great song. But I could tell you straight from the artist, for myself, like, okay, boom, you always want to make a better song that you rocked with or blew up. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
kind of like that's just the artist's journey, like you know what I mean. But then also understanding you're never gonna make or create the same thing you created last year. You gotta get that out your head. And that's the biggest. That's some advice I had to learn myself. Like, hey, you know what I mean. You're gonna grow and evolve in music, just like music grows and evolves. So don't be scared of the change. You know what I mean. And that again, is so congruent and like parallel with life. Like you know what I mean. Your music's gonna change as long as your lifestyle changes too. And
Ooh,
that's like
definitely.
the biggest like advice I can give.
Do you feel like your style has remained relatively the same as you've
Oh,
evolved?
oh, for sure, yeah. Even from see the thing is like you're hearing songs right now like Take It Easy, yeah. Like I have so much more music that is different vibes, and like, I'm just excited to just put out. So if y'all rock with me, please, just stay tuned, man. There's so much going on. Good things, you know what I mean? Different vibes. And I'm sure everybody will enjoy it.
Right. So how can we do our part in supporting you and getting you in the direction that you're trying to go?
This is definitely part of it. You know what I mean? These types of things, interviews, and just getting my name out there and just support, you know what I mean? Clicking that like button. I have, you feel me, pins you can put on, shares, likes, and just, word of mouth. And even if you don't like it, that helps me too. When you dislike something, you know what I mean? Say, hey, you could do better, you feel me? Yeah, what? Say, hey, man, I wasn't rock with that song. I like you on this song. Do a song like this. Like, all that is genuine feedback, and that helps me. People don't even realize that. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to do something for you. And then when they come back to me and like, oh, man, that's the one. It's like, that's the beauty of being an artist. That's the beauty. Proving people wrong.
So that raises an interesting question then, right? You gladly take feedback, but at what
Oh, yeah.
point, where do you draw the line between people coming up and giving you suggestions versus like you creating something for them to consume, as opposed to like them kind of dictating what you create?
Oh, well, shout out to Martin Lawrence for making that movie. It's a thin line between love and hate. So basically, like, you can tell when somebody's just hating on you, when somebody is just like, really putting too much. Because some people can gas you too. And it's like, all those things is cool, but at the end of the day, it's like, how do you feel about your music? And then the people that usually are hating, it's funny because some people didn't like North Face when I dropped North Face, but they love Cabin Fever. And it's beautiful to see that. It's like, oh, you hated on this one, but you hated on it because you know I could do better. And then maybe I didn't know that in that moment, but that's just, tough love. And that's how I always see it. Hate is love. At the end of the day, it's just a thin line. It's like if you have that emotion, just say like you don't dislike or you feel something, okay, cool. Like it's all motivation. And I kind of got that from Kobe, you know what I mean? Just like the mama mentality, like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna just get better, and then you ain't gonna have nothing to say.
This is pretty interesting because you sound like you have layers to yourself. Like you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, a lot of positivity emanating from you, right? And I'm curious to
Yeah.
know, do you only pour into music or are you like writing books and poetry on the side? Like, do you have any other avenues you like to express yourself?
Um, Yeah, I actually do. There's a lot of different things that I have going on. I'm big in art, drawing. I'm big in like clothing, all that type of stuff. Um, but music is for sure the main passion.
Okay.
So it's like again, we're all human beings. You know what I mean? And we're all creators, and it's kind of like just finding your niche. And for sure, I found that through music.
I love that. Okay. Jesse asks, how do you deal with the highs and lows of being an artist?
Um, it's funny because like just highs and lows in life. You know what I mean? Not just being an artist, it's like everybody got families that they come home to, you know what I mean? Everybody got situations. And it's kind of just like having a balance with that. And it does take a lot of positivity. But the biggest thing that I do is meditate. Like it's just like meditate as much as I can, get my mind right, you feel me? Try to do it at least once a day, even if it's for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? That moment in time just gives you that energy to just take over the whole day. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest advice is being in tune with yourself. And that's how you can take on this world. And that's just what I believe that's what I see works. You know what I mean? And some but people may not agree, but at the end of the day that's what works for me. So
Was it hard for you to start meditating? I know for a lot of people, like when it comes to meditation, I know everybody says like it's good to meditate. There are so many benefits. But I think the one thing that they don't mention is how a lot of us have our brain just, going. We're thinking of so many different things, and it's actually really difficult to just like quiet the mind for a minute, and focus on the thing or just enough to, not be so stressed out. What was
you
it
know
that
it's
worked for you?
it's looking at your mind as like a computer. It's kind of like when you go to your desktop and it's like, damn, my desktop got all these pictures, it got all these things. It's like, bro, delete them. Delete those negative energies. Just boom, like in your head, you're like, oh man, like I don't feel like getting up today, or damn, like I gotta drive across in traffic today. It's like, okay, well enjoy that. Put some music on, make a playlist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta go to LA. Well, let me listen to some beats and just use this as a positive thing, and like, not look at it as a negative thing. And that's really what I do. I'm not saying like, it does work. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's easy. You know what I mean? But it's just, hey, start taking the steps to make it easy for yourself. It's just like when you get up and you like weightlift, you can't start weightlifting and going and hella strong, like 200, 500 pounds. You got to work to that. So
Yeah.
that's what I would say. Look at your mind as a muscle. Look at all that as a muscle and just kind of like take baby steps.
Okay. So I'm curious to know also. So there's some people who have like this performing alter ego, right? Like Beyonce got Sasha Fierce. Do you feel like you have like an alternative self that you step into right before you perform, or you have some event that requires confidence?
Um, I feel like that's actually a good question. I think that is just establishing and realizing that you evolve as a person. It's not like a whole new thing. I feel like everybody's spiritual beings and like they just find I want to say the superpower in like themselves. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, a whole nother thing. It's like, hey, oh, you tapped into this. You know what I mean? Or it's like, okay, like before 2017, I didn't think I would be a rapper. But does that mean I'm a new person? It just means I'm Cam, but I just evolved into what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? My purpose. And that's just,
Definitely.
again, going back to self and looking in the mirror and just being yourself and evolving. That's just how I can answer that because I really don't um, believe that people are a whole nother person. Like, nah, you yourself. You just let people see it. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Mm.
You know who you are. You
You
know who
think it
you
takes
are.
like a level of vulnerability almost to show like your truest form and not have to put on that bravado facade type?
What? Hell yeah, but vulnerability is strength. You feel me? It's kind of like, that's how I feel like. I just feel like, man, once you're vulnerable with yourself, I'm not saying with other people so they take advantage of you. That's different. Like, I'm saying like vulnerability with when you look at yourself by yourself in the mirror and you're like, damn, are you taking the steps in your life the right way? That type of
Definitely.
vulnerability. You know what I mean? And that's strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Okay. That's a word right there. Okay. Vulnerability.
man,
Vulnerability is strength, y'all. I hope you caught that gem today.
oh yeah.
Man,
It's,
it's
it's
definitely
God, bro. It's not coming from me.
hmm. So do you feel like pursuing music is, something that you're willing to work on till you retire, or are you trying to be like, an actor? Are you trying to pivot, once you get to a certain point you want to do something different?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm with acting. I'm with all that. Comes to me, I'm not gonna shy away from nothing that I like enjoy doing. You know what I mean? So,
Definitely.
if the opportunity is there and the numbers is right and everything is right, yeah, why not? This is life.
Okay.
We talking about. It's not. You know what I mean? We gotta constantly grow and keep moving forward.
Okay. That's what's up. So do you have any, I know you mentioned earlier you have pins and stuff, but do you have any other merch that we can rock and show support?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Somebody was talking. What'd you say?
I know you mentioned earlier you have like pins for people to support you and stuff, right?
Oh
Is
yeah,
there
yeah,
any
on
merch you
live.
have on the
Oh
way?
yeah, yeah. I have Zenith tees is out. We got black tees. We don't have any more white tees. They sold out. We got some more merch coming on the way. Just keep tapping in with me, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on out here. You feel me? And I'm going to make sure I do the extra to make sure people are on top of it too with my marketing schemes and everything like that.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that's been super awesome. I'm trying to hear this music, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Is
please
there
do.
anything else that we can do to help like push you in the direction of your dreams?
Well, yeah, like I said, marketing. You feel me? Doing what we're doing right here, making sure people hear the tweet was dope. You know what I mean? The fact you got tweeted that out today, that was dope, and things like that. Those mean the most to artists. It's like those are genuine. Look out for shows. We got shows coming out too. I'm gonna make sure I post those out. So it's like, you know what I mean? All the support is good support. All the love is good love. Even if it's just a like, you know what I mean? It's bigger than what y'all think.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, it has been absolutely amazing. Thank you for your time. Did
Thank
you have
you.
any questions for me or anything that, can maybe make us better for our people, for our audience?
Um, make you better for people in the
Anything we
audience.
can be doing better?
I think you guys are doing a good job, and I should applaud y'all for doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not critiquing y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. I'm here right now because y'all do y'all thing.
Well, we appreciate you sincerely.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Mhm.
everybody, for tuning in and showing some love. I see it's a lot of people up in here right now, so I appreciate
Yeah.
you guys so
Appreciate
much.
y'all.
We'll
Thank
run
you.
up them
Thank you.
streams.
Please do.
Okay.
Please do. All right.
Most
Y'all take
definitely.
care.
All
Be
right,
blessed.
y'all.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.